How is it going, you lovely lot? Welcome back to the Journey Manager. It's first versus second to kick things off today, and should we fail to beat Johor Darul Tazim, I'll tell you what, there's going to be major reservations about sitting out this season here with Immigration FC. Win this game, we move 3 points behind them with a game in hand. Lose this game, they are 9 points clear. And I don't think the 1,000 miles are coming our way this year. The board just this week came to me and offered me a new contract, and shockingly, I turned it down. Welcome back to the Journey Manager. Today's episode's a massive one. Let's run the intro and get straight into things. I hope you guys are having a lovely day so far. Hopefully it's going to be even more lovely by the end of today's video, because we've got plenty of Football Manager goodness to deliver to you. First thing I do want to mention though is financials at the club are not looking good. I was really hoping that we got to the Super League, there'd be a bit more money coming in. The money would help fund the club, the wage budget would go up, the transfer budget would go up. The reality seems to be we are just going to be hemorrhaging money for the foreseeable future, and I feel like I've probably stretched this team to its financial limits now. I mean, to be clear, I'm spending within the budget, but this isn't a league where there's massive TV money or sponsorship money on offer that's going to keep us afloat. I think without the supporter base increasing, which isn't going to increase quickly enough for me, £17,000 is all I'm going to have to bend to take down Johor Darul Tazim. And if I do just take a little peek at their finances using our skin, you can see here they've got a wage budget of £106,000 a week. They're already spending £78,000 of it. To be frank, they probably don't need to spend more. And if I am sounding a little bit defeatist, I will apologise. I'm going to blame it on the fact that we've slipped up in a couple of league games that I really wish we hadn't slipped up in. Of course, last episode we got a great win against Kaching to open up the season, and from there 2 more clean sheets was delightful. We then went on to win a 5th game in a row in the FA Cup before this result here. Selangor 6, Immigration 1. It looks like a game where we've been dominated. Look at the stats. Is that the most flattering 6-1 ever? I will say, as far in goal, didn't exactly wow me in that game there. The good news is we did bounce back with a win against PDRM. Of course, we were promoted with them last year to the Super League. Last year they finished 7th. Currently they are struggling down in 11th, so not a good season for them. From their back-to-back clean sheets against Signs and Harini was really nice. The Harini result was actually more convincing, I feel like, than the scoreline suggests. But in our most recent game against Terengganu, we lost 2-1. A Jung goal before half-time I was hoping was going to be a source of inspiration going into the second half. Simply put, it did not materialise, and despite Ayman getting man of the match at right wing back, doing just Ayman things, he's been so good for us. Sadly, yeah, we couldn't get that second goal. We lost our second game of the year. And it does leave us in this unfortunate position where, despite an amazing start to the year, we do find ourselves in second, and whilst we do have a game in hand, losing today's opening game would be nothing short of a disaster. We are away from home as well for this game, and unfortunately, unlike last year where they had a load of players on international duty, that isn't the case today. Now, we have had a couple of injuries that have meant we've been shuffling around the team on the regular. Steve Sharp actually missed a lot of football. It was a bit of a shame when we brought in some of the players I really expected to fill his boots. And I suppose I'm primarily looking at Wan Hassan when I say that. The boots were firmly not filled. This guy did not live up to his expectations, given the fact he was in the media Dream 11. To be fair, I have given Barreira a couple of opportunities during this Sharp absence. He's been a significantly better player, the young Australian. A decent rating for him of 7.35. He's been a little bit of a match winner on off the bench on occasion. Hoping he can do that again for us here. In terms of the team now, though, despite the fact we've been juggling injuries, it is at full strength, so there is absolutely no excuse for failing to win this one. Okay, I want to say it's a packed house. It's not a packed house. They've sent some of their fans. They've got their scary striker in Kojo up top. They've won 5 games on the bounce. Our form, significantly less imposing. Okay, let's see what we can do here. I feel like I've been a little bit defeatist today, and I don't mean to be that, but I was just hoping we'd go, well, more toe-to-toe with Johor Darul Tazim. And despite the fact we've not played them, the games that we've lost, which have been against some of the better teams, are games I just feel like we have to win to have a chance, just like we have to finish chances like that. Jung shot hits the crossbar. That was so nearly a gift, and it's a gift that we have wasted. I suppose if I want to find a positive, it's a good opening for us in this game. Hakimi is going to play it forward. Andrino now at centre-back is going to step out with the ball and dink it. Well, I was hoping into a dangerous area. That is not the most dangerous of passes. And now they are going to look to build it out from the back. Their keeper is having a knock. There is a temptation to put on shoot on sight with the goalie situation they have. Also, where is shoot on sight? It's literally here. I never use the shoot on sight button. That gives you an idea of where I'm at as a football manager. There's certain things that I just don't use, so I forget where the buttons are. It's literally the biggest section on the pitch. I want the players to be having as many pop shots as possible in this game against an injured goalie to try and make something happen. Faisal for them is going to bring it forward. Sawane plays it inside to Sakar. They're knocking the ball around nicely here, JDT. This is scary. This is dangerous. Taha shoots. And, well, the new signing Asfar in goal did not look good there, did he? I'm all for a goalkeeper closing down the angle and coming out. He's walked out like he's gone to pick up the newspaper from his front lawn. It's been thrown by the paper boy. Why is he just walking towards the player menacingly? It's not worked as a game plan. They've taken the lead. I knew that to take down this team, we'd need to be near flawless during the league season and then beat them when it came to these head-to-heads. We've not done either of those things so far. Look, there's still 65 minutes left. There's still loads of time for us to try and turn this around. Andrino has the ball, little step over, gives it back to Asfar, who I'm praying is not going to do anything stupid here. He lays it out to Ong. He gives it to Hakimi. And, well, this is nice. This is competent footballing action from the lads. We're playing the ball out. We're knocking it around nicely. I do feel like the 4-3-3 has been a pretty swift transition in terms of shape, and it's working for us. Jung's missed another one-on-one. Is this just going to be one of those days again? It does feel like in this game we are kind of just chasing shadows a little bit. Mustafa plays it to Fatih. We win the ball nicely with Hakimi here. Could we catch them on the counter-attack? Sharpie, where are you going? He skips past his man. He cuts inside. He pulls it back. Jung has missed a lot of chances today. He's finally found the back of the net with one of them to make it 1-1. Sharp's run here, by the way, absolutely sensational. I do feel like we missed him to start the year, despite our form being very, very good. Moments of magic, moments of creativity like that. Well, we don't have many players that can do it. We've had 22% of the ball in this game, but they've only had one shot. We've had 6. We've been all over them in that regard. And I have to say, very, very happy with what I've seen from us so far in this half. We are going to end the break at 1-1. Nice and simple here. I'm happy with your performance. Keep it going, lads. Nothing needs to change here. We're doing what we need to. Asfar in goal for us is going to lay it short to Ong. They've scored once against the run of play. I've got to hope that whilst we've got the rub of the green and whilst we are on top in this game, we can perhaps get a second and try and get our noses in front. A draw is fine. Doesn't really resolve the situation, though. We need to start getting points of JDT when we play them. We need to close the gap. We're looking to do that here. Sharp dinks it. Hakimi, cutting inside, shoots. It's parried against the crossbar. And that was a mad save. We've been so good in this game. Now they've got a corner. Lot like this. Jadama whips it in. Back post. Asfar does not deal with it. Kojo lays it wide. We've tried to play an offside trap. The trap hasn't worked. They've hit the crossbar at the other end. This is far too stressful. I'm going to make some subs here. Juan Hassan, I'm bringing you on. And you know what? Pereira, I'm going to bring you on as well. I've been training him to play on the right wing, and he's played on the right wing for us. It's the task we're going to ask of him today. In terms of the rest of the team, you know what? Alif, I'm going to bring you on for some fresh legs in the midfield. I feel like we need his pace. We've had a lot of highlights in this game. I'll be honest, when you look at the match momentum chart, it doesn't look particularly impressive for us, but match momentum is very heavily skewed towards possession. We don't need possession to score. We just need to catch them on the break once or twice. There is 15 minutes left of this game. Part of me really wants to go for it, knowing that a draw might not be enough in the grand context of the season. But for now, let's see what we can do. Zafiri plays it forward to Alif. He is going to skip forward with the ball, lays it inside to Jung, Juan Hassan to Ong. I love this. Look at this. This is pretty. This is nice. Alif, Mark, finds its way through to Pereira. The Aussie shoots. The Aussie scores. It is 2-1. Really, really nice build-up play. Maybe a bit of fortune about how this ball got through. But Pereira, from range, pulls the trigger, shoots, and scores. And you know what? With that goal scored, I'm just going to be a little more sensible here. Lower the tempo, shorter passing. They're only playing with a lone striker. So in terms of our build-up play, let's just get it to our centre-backs. Let's build it out from the back. They've not got a centre attacking mid either, applying pressure to our defensive mid. I say that. They've changed their shape. They've completely bamboozled me. I will get rid of the distribute to centre-back because they are playing with a centre attacking mid, but we're going to keep the rest of the changes we've made there. My previous thinking was that if they were going to play the same attacking shape as us, which they changed away from, there's not a centre attacking mid to apply pressure. We have a little triangle at the base of our defence that we can build everything through. We've made adjustments accordingly, and with 4 minutes left of this game, are we about to get a massive win? Not like this. Please, not like this. It's half-headed away. We've been so much better than them. There's 3 minutes left in this game. Kojo shoots. His effort's blocked. Wan Hassan has pace. Has he got the support to break free? He runs forward. He plays it to Jung, who is in behind. It's a difficult angle, but he's got players inside in support. He tries to pull it across and he can't. And have we committed too many players to the attack there late on? That is not the best tackle. Andrino's got legged in his boot, so he can't run quickly. Faisal crosses it in. They've scored. They score like that on the counter. Can we discuss, was it Andrino who just stopped running quickly? What happened to Andrino? I mean, he's lost the foot race there. I can only assume that Faisal is the fastest man on the pitch. And then it's just headed in by Jadama. Oh my word, that is heartbreaking. I mean, it's too late now, isn't it, to change anything. I'm going to go back to what we were playing before. More direct, up the tempo. I'm even going to switch the mentality to very attacking. I feel like this is a game we need to try and win and try and steal, but we've not been left with any time to get a reply. And we draw this game in gut-wrenching fashion 2-2. We remain 6 points behind them. Technically, we do have the game in hand, but their goal difference is already almost double ours, so that's going to be very tough to kind of get over. And the reality is, with the odd exception outside of ourselves, there's just not many teams I just see them slipping up against. They dropped points against Harini, but if we just look at the history of this league, they lost 1 game last year, 3 games the year before that, 3 years the game before that. So far this year, I've already lost 2 matches. Oh, I feel like I've had the absolute wind kicked out of me. Because in my head, I'd kind of said, if we win that game, I see out the season. If we don't win that game, let's start looking at jobs. And I feel sad. I have just had a little look at the jobs available. There's loads here that are obviously not in range and nonsensical. There's actually one job that's quite good, and it's Bashantara Kings. They play in the Bangladesh Premier League. I believe in real life they are like a dominant force of kind of Bangladeshi football. Yeah, you can see here, look how many games and seasons they've won. They've not won the league for the last 2 years, but despite that, they have got a media prediction of first. They're currently in 8th. Now, when I did plan out this save game, I did look at different leagues that we could possibly go to, and Bangladesh was one of those ones which made sense to go to, but if I was going to go there, Bashantara was one of the teams that I kind of marked down as they'd be a really good fit. Like I said, they've had a couple of disappointing seasons. There are a couple of cup competitions, if I'm not mistaken, in Bangladesh. They lost in the Federation Cup semi-final already. They are still in the Independence Cup, so that would be a route towards 500 miles immediately, maybe. When I look at the league here, they have played a game more than the teams all around them. It's only a 24-game season, so there's only 9 games left of the year, and the Bangladesh Premier League season ends in August. That would make sense as a move, wouldn't it? Just as a little reminder, this is our current map. Bangladesh is entirely within our kind of movement radius. I have for a long time discussed the idea of going to Thailand or Vietnam. Vietnam is a little bit of a detour, and the issue with Thailand is there's 2 or 3 teams that dominate Thailand, and they are just the best teams in the country. I would not be able to get a job at one of those top teams. Those 2 teams, by the way, are BG, Pathum, and also Buriram United. Yeah, as you can see here, they win the league a lot between them. But even if we just look at a team towards the bottom half of the Thai league, you can see here they've got a 2-star reputation. And in terms of their managers are pretty good. I mean, Police Taro here have 2-star reputation. Immigration, we recently hit 1-star, if I'm not mistaken. If I was to go to Thailand, I'm probably going down to the 2nd division. And I'm a little bit conscious that Mark has just turned 22. Like, we are in the year 2029. I know time's gone quickly because there's not been loads of episodes because the seasons just typically are shorter in the part of the world we're in. Like, maybe Bangladesh is an option. In a hypothetical world where I do go to Bangladesh, which, like, in the grand scheme of things, is very much on the way, it does then open up the opportunity, if we were to win the league and kind of bank 2,000 miles, to then look at Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, I think I've got loaded. It's either Turkmenistan or Tajikistan I've got loaded as a league option. It would also potentially open up the opportunity to go to India, have success there, and then make it all the way to Iran. Maybe even Saudi Arabia, which I do have loaded. I don't know if you can tell from kind of the way I'm talking about things here. I think I have to apply for this job. I just think it makes sense. The wage bill they have is £6,200. Obviously, that's a bit of a reduction from where we are now. And whilst the team is a lower rep team, winning titles would just be good for my manager profile and ultimately helping me get jobs in some of the bigger nations, which we're going to have to get through to eventually make it all the way back to the London and well, the Premier League. I'm going to apply for this job. I'm also going to declare interest in it because I think it just makes sense. Apparently, I'm considered one of the leading candidates. You know what? That fills me with a little bit of optimism. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go forward, see if we get a job interview, evaluate the lie of the land. Obviously, we can apply for the job and stuff. And that might just be today's episode. I might just leave it on a cliffhanger. Should I leave? Shouldn't I leave? You guys can let me know your thoughts down below. So we have just managed to win in the FA Cup. We were playing the Armed Forces, so we should be winning that game. And you might be thinking, Jack, well, are we back now for a job interview? Not yet. I've not heard back from the team we just applied for the job at. But over in Vietnam, there is another job that's come up that is kind of interest. I feel like I'll apply for it, but it's a bit of a plan B, and it's this team, Binh Duong. Look, they have some really, really healthy finances. I was having a look at this, weighing up if it was worth applying for this job. I believe they have put in a caretaker manager, so whether or not the job would ultimately become available is kind of unknown. But they had a media prediction of third. They are going to finish, I think, 6th this year. There's only a couple of games left of the league season. But you can see here, 3 of the previous 4 years, they actually won the league at Vietnam. And that's kind of tempting. There is also a cup competition in Vietnam, which, well, despite their dominance in league titles in recent years, the team haven't won. I feel like in a weird way, I might want to just have a plan B kind of ready. This team has £2 million in the bank. It's a bit more of a detour than Bangladesh, but it's an option. I'm going to apply for the job and we'll see if they get back to me. Their reputation's a little higher than the Bangladeshi club, which might make it harder to get to, but I do think if I couldn't get the job in Bangladesh, it'd be silly not to at least apply for this one. Well, Bashantara have now offered me a job interview, so that's kind of promising that I might be able to get the job here. They're impressed with my exceptional performances. Yeah, you're damn right. I've done a miracle here in Malaysia. I suppose a miracle would be beating Johor Darul Ta'zim. Don't let that ruin things. Why do I want to move on? I want to make the next step in my career. I need to get my son to London. They're concerned that I'm just trying to find a new job while my stock's high. Fair enough, to be fair. They would like to know if I'd like to become the club manager now or at the end of the year. When they ask that question, I feel like they want to employ you. It's a weird question to ask if they're not seriously considering me. I have just noticed here, they've now dropped down to 10th. They could still get relegated. I am just wondering, when does the transfer window open and close in Bangladesh? It closes in April and it's now May. So I won't be able to change the team between now and the end of the season. What I have here, and Mark, is what I'll have for the whole time. Imagine if I got relegated. The thing is, their media prediction is still first, even at this point in the end. I'm looking at the Media Dream 11. It's got a fair few of their players in. They've got this guy here from Cape Verde, who's got 15 jumping reach. I feel like he'd be an absolute weapon from set pieces at this kind of level. If I'm hired, they want the club to finish top half. Yeah, you know what? I think that is fair enough. Assuming that means for this current season, there is a lovely transfer budget of 59k. I feel like in order to better my chances of getting this job, I'm probably better off compromising here and saying I can work with less money. Because, well, the transfer window is closed. I'm not going to be able to spend this money or wage budget anyway. Okay, job interview complete. I hope that I get this job. I do wonder if I want that job in Bangladesh, and it'd be a bit of a risk, it might be worth resigning from immigration, because right now, to move, the team would have to pay £20,000 to sign me, which is quite a lot of money. I mean, to be fair, Bashantara here do have a fair amount of money, but I do remember from a few years ago in Park to Prem when I moved clubs in the save game, you had a way better chance of moving clubs if you actually resigned after an interview had happened. It meant that the team you might be moving to wouldn't have to pay any kind of buyout. Oh, that would be such a risk, though. I've got a game here against Kelantan. I'm going to mull it over whilst I play this game, and yeah, I don't know what the plan is today. This is a weird episode. Okay, look, we managed to get ourselves a nice 2-1 win, a dominant performance, and, well, a performance that sees us still firmly planted in second. Johor just aren't slipping up. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. The FA Cup quarter-final draw happened. I've been drawn against Johor in that game as well. which is so annoying. This is a team with a media prediction of first in a nation that is on the way to where I'm meant to be going. They've got really, really healthy budgets. In fact, if I go to team details, then salaries per year. I mean, their salary per year is 280,000. It is right up there amongst all these other teams. Bangladesh also has the Federation Cup and the Independence Cup, which I believe we'd play in both, which really does open up an opportunity to get the 500 miles for winning separate cup competitions too. This is the issue with me doing these kind of move around team save games. I get really attached to teams and then I'm worried that I'm making a mistake. But I think, to be honest, it could be a mistake just staying in Malaysia for another 6 months. Another job like this doesn't come up in a long, long time. And I just live in regret forever. I'm sorry that this has been such a weird kind of second half to this episode. There's a lot of emotions I'm feeling and I really don't know what to do. I feel like I want to know what you guys think. I think that actually might influence my decision quite a lot. So, should I stay? Should I go? Bashintara Kings is one hell of a name for a team. Obviously, Mark will be joining us wherever we are next time. I appreciate that today has been a rather unconventional episode, but hopefully you've enjoyed my inner emotional turmoil that I've endured throughout this one. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. A decision will be made. Will I be moving clubs? Will it be the start of a new chapter? We'll find out together tomorrow.